InZOI Early Access is launching at the end of March, but is it the right simulation game for you? Here's the updated spec information that's really important, plus an interesting statement from the main developer. So, launching on March 28th, InZOI has been created in just 2 short years, and of course now it's important to reveal the final recommended specs. Now, as a reminder, InZOI will be only available for Windows computers at the beginning. They are planning to make a console version at some point, but we don't have any other details at this time, and there is no word for anything like a Mac version for this game. Some people have also asked if it's going to be on Switch, and honestly, I cannot see this game ever being on something like Switch. Now, of course, to no surprise, you do need Windows 10 or 11 and 64-bit. As you will see here, there's a minimum, medium, recommended, and high requirements. Personally, I would go for recommended at the bare minimum, but they have talked about the graphics card, so none of that is a surprise, but the recommended storage is interesting here. You want 40 gigabytes free for minimum, 50 gigabytes for medium, 60 gigabytes for recommended, and 75 gigabytes for high. You can also see recommendations for memory right here, 12 gigabytes as the bare minimum. Honestly, I would not attempt with that, but if you want the best experience, you should have 32 gigabytes, while recommended specs would be 16 gigabytes of RAM. And regardless, you will need a stable internet connection, that's no surprise, and of course, DirectX version 12. All this isn't too surprising. Again, if you go and try to play InZOI with the minimum requirements, I don't think it will be the best experience. However, I will say the dev team did have some additional clarification, and this isn't quite the end of the story. Optimal settings ensure, of course, you experience the game on your current PC in the best possible way. Since InZOI was developed using Unreal Engine 5, adjusting the game settings can lead to significantly different experiences, even on systems with identical specifications. Now, honestly, what's really nice is they're being very transparent about this up front, and they even have a video showcasing what differences you might expect visually from different specifications. I highly recommend watching this video in full, as it really gives you an idea of what to expect. This is really wise because not only is this transparent, but also hopefully it helps people have realistic expectations. Now, I know some people are going to have the highest specs possible, and that is absolutely excellent. I don't think there's anything wrong, as I've said many times before, with having games with higher specifications and lower specifications. If anything, I just want the life simulation game genre to grow, and again, not every game is going to be for everyone, and that is okay. That, I think we need that type of variety. So overall, I do hope this is successful, but it's always important to consider the pros and cons of every game. Also, please note, we don't know for sure if these are going to be the final recommendations after early access, because as mentioned earlier, InZOI plans to deliver high quality graphics and realistic city level simulations, which of course do require higher system specifications, which I think makes sense. However, while these requirements ensure the best possible gameplay experience, they are planning to try to optimize it more. They plan to implement a feature that automatically adjusts the game settings to provide the best possible experience. Additionally, they will continue to work on optimization to improve performance while finding ways to lower system requirements without compromising quality. Now, honestly, I do hope that is the case. This game, of course, needs to be optimized as well as possible. It'd be great if you could get some of the spec requirements down a little bit, but honestly, I kind of think it's good if they keep it where they are. Yes, less people will play, potentially. However, I want them to do what is very best for this game, and just looking at the different features in the graphics, I think personally these specifications probably are wise. I am definitely no tech guru, but that is just my humble opinion. And of course, if nothing else, InZOI is taking a risk. As the developer Kim says, I can't help but smirk knowing how recklessly brave I was. Now I understand why so few companies have attempted this type of a game. At a certain point, finding bugs in the world we've created that feels like playing tag with invisible ghosts. So rest assured, they do have their challenges set out for them. I think they're pretty aware of how ambitious the game is and how difficult it is to pick out all those bugs and make it the best experience possible. So in short, don't expect InZOI to be perfect when it comes out, especially for early access. I always worry about those expectations because I see a lot of people say, well, as long as InZOI has no bugs, and honestly, that is just not realistic. All the same, I hope all goes well for the launch and for all who decide to play this game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How are you feeling about the specifications? Are you excited for early access? If you're not, I still would love to hear from you. And as always, take care, and I will be back with both Sims and Paralives.